How we doing, everybody? Andrew Nalette from Print Entertainment Group, joined with Kurtiss Hare, Executive Director for the Nightlight here in downtown Akron. And today we're here to talk about one of the more technical categories in the Oscars. We're going to be going over film editing. Now, Kurtiss, not only did you and I not agree at all, we completely chose two different movies with two different styles of editing. I guess you could say I'm a little bit country, you're a little bit rock and roll, or vice versa. I really guess I don't know which one's rock and roll and which one's country in this.
I'll take it.
But so we went with two very different movies. Kurtiss, how about you tell us about the movie you went with and why?
Sure. I ended up picking Spotlight. The editor here is Tom McArdle. Mm-hmm. He's done a couple award-winning films, The Station Agent or Win-Win. I don't know if you've seen those, but I think what we have in Spotlight is just this really sense of graceful editing with a narrative that's pretty smooth, linear. It's got a sense of continuity, and I'm really hoping that that's what the Academy goes for. I really think they will in this case. You know, it's not flashy, it's not showy, mm-hmm. but I think for some reason of all the categories, maybe editing is the one in which, you know, they're really going to decide to, okay, we'll just take this kind of graceful, technically skilled entry and mm-hmm. promote this one here. I hope so anyway. So what do you think?
Well, I definitely agree with you. I think the Spotlight, the editing on it, it fits in with the story and the vision perfectly. Mm-hmm. It matches up exactly. You could see that everyone from the director to the editors to the cinematographer were all on the same page. They all agreed and they wanted to make something that just felt unified. Mm-hmm. And I think with The Big Short, the opposite is true. And I think that is why they're going to go with The Big Short, because it is so unique. Hank Corwin, the editor on The Big Short, this is his first comedy. He typically does more drama pieces, more serious, and it's almost hard to believe that when you see The Big Short. Now, this is something that is a very serious and could be argued boring, and they make that very clear in the movie, that this is a very boring topic. Yeah. And the editing style goes completely against that. Yeah. It is fast-paced, they constantly break the fourth wall, and the interesting thing about it is not every character does this. There's a lot of different characters and a lot of different storylines here. And what Hank does so well is he lets different characters have different experiences, and he edits those sequences different. So go ahead.
And well, let me stop you right there, because to explain the details, the technical details of film editing, we've brought in Miley Cyrus. Miley, come on in.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. If you've seen the film, that makes sense, I promise.
Definitely. And they do that. They go with Selena Gomez, some great scenes there to explain, you know, you're almost at a point watching where you're like, oh, this is kind of boring. And then they just hit you in the face and they're like, we're going to change it up. Watch this now. Yeah. Or there's going to be a long dialogue sequence and it cuts a second or two earlier than you think. It almost cuts on the end of the word, which is really jarring, and you're just kind of like, whoa. And it's weird to have that type of editing in a movie like this, where it's such a, you know, it's about banking and mortgages.
Right. And what I'll say in defense is that you have these well-timed punches of spectacle that kind of keep you entertained. So even though, or keep you awake, even though the whole story itself is entertaining and it's very invigorating, but that editing technique, I think, really just wakes you up there once every 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what the Academy decides. Do they want something that really brings the movie and brings that movie to the next level and kind of ties in with the overall vision, or do they kind of like the idea of using editing to break away almost from the whole concept and vision of the movie? So we're going to find out. We can't wait to talk in detail more about other breakout videos. Feel free to check out Print Entertainment Group's and the Nightlight social media for more of these videos, and we'll see what we agree or disagree on later on.